Hey guys, Miss Kirk here. Today is Monday, May 11th, and you will be happy to know that we are finally moving out of geometry today. We are going to jump right into measurement. Your assignment is up here in the corner this week because I have a lot going on in this board, but when you get ready, it's going to be Study Island 4C, which is going to be over choosing the right tools when it comes to measurement. You're going to be really excited because this week is super easy, because it's going to be talking about a lot of things that you've been using since you were a little kid. You just didn't know it. And by that, I mean, we're just talking about choosing the appropriate tools when we're talking about measurement, because you wouldn't want to measure, say, an elephant with, a centimeter. That would take forever. There's certain situations where you would use certain tools that are better than others. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. We have units of length, units of weight, and units of capacity. So length obviously being how long something is, rulers. Weight, how heavy something is, like a scale. And this is one you're probably not used to, units of capacity. That's talking about liquids. So how much liquid something can hold, like a swimming pool. We'll talk about length first because you're probably the most familiar with that. Inch and foot, you're probably really familiar with because this is what's on a ruler. Okay, you'd think, being the math teacher, I would have a ruler in my house, and I'm sure I do somewhere, but I could not find one for the life of me. But we all know what a ruler looks like, about yay big, has little notches on it. So inch, about this big. A foot would be 12 inches. A yard is 3 feet. So about, well, you probably can't see my other arm because it's out of the frame, but you've seen a yardstick before. Think 3 feet beside each other. It's about as big as your arms can stretch out. And then a mile obviously is really big. This would be like if we were measuring when we're driving. So if I want if I said I need you to measure in length the distance between China Elementary and Beaumont, are you going to want to do that in inches? No, that's going to take all day long. You're going to want to do that in miles because that's a bigger unit of measurement. The same goes down here under this dotted line. This is what we call the metric system. We don't use this as much in America, but it's really easy. So anytime you see milli, that's going to be teeny tiny. Think of like the bug, the millipede. It has a bagillion little tiny legs. Not really a bagillion, but it has a lot of little legs. Centimeter, you've probably seen that too. It's a small, like on the edge of a ruler. On the other side, there's usually centimeters. Meter is kind of like their version of a yard. And kilometer is the same as a mile. So when they drive, they use kilometers. Coming over to weight, we have ounce, pound, and ton. Ton is really big, like if you wanted to weigh, say, a building. And pound is like we see on a scale. Like when you step on the scale and they say, see how many pounds you weigh, they're talking about right here. You might sometimes see like LBS, that means pounds. And then ounces are really small. Same under here, milligram, milli being really small, gram being like a pound, and kilogram being like a ton. It's just kind of a different name. They're not exactly the same, but they're about the same. And then units of capacity, that's going to be liquid. Fluid ounce, that's going to be, for example, when you're baking something and you have to have a small amount of liquid, such as like a teaspoon, or I put teaspoon, or a tablespoon. They convert that in fluid ounces. A cup, you've all seen a cup before, like a cup of tea or a cup of water. It's not very big, about that big. A pint are kind of like the little milk cartons that you get at school. So we'll put that milk carton. little ones. Quart is a little bit bigger than that. And then a gallon is like a gallon of milk. And we've all seen a gallon of milk. I was going to get mine out of the fridge, but it still had milk in it, and Dennis told me no. But kind of the same thought process. And then we have milliliter, which milli, once again, really small. And then liter is kind of like a quart. Just a little bit bigger. Okay? So, a lot of stuff you already know. Make sure you watch your Study Island lesson. It may do a better job of explaining this than I do. I hope not. I try really hard. But this is kind of the basic of what we're talking about this week. And remember, if you're still having trouble understanding, I'm going to break it down even more next week. All you have to worry about this week is choosing which one would be appropriate. So we're going to play a little game. We're going to practice. So I've got 10 random things on these cards. I'm going to mix them up and we're going to practice.